Shit.
You did this?
Well observed, brother.
Traitor.
Yeah, I guess I did.
I didn't see that coming.
Well, that was the idea, wasn't it?
But why? I don't understand, Ulrich.
Did you really think I'd just stand by and watch while House Wolfgar breaks into pieces? You don't even see it.
You're obsessed with your bloody feud with Hallett, and even though we don't even have the money to pay for our soldiers' food anymore, you seem to think that we still live in the old days, when House Wolfgar still mattered. I'm sorry, brother, but I won't just stand by and watch while you destroy all our fathers and forefathers have worked for.
We can't win this war, neither by ourselves nor with the betrayer's child's army. Lacane, his fanatics, and his creations are simply way too powerful. So, he made me an offer, and I accepted.
You told them of the Conclave.
Correct.
But it's over. We fought off the ambush.
That was just a taste of what they have prepared. They have an entire army in the Northwest. It's massive. You will fall. All of you. I was hoping I'd get out of this alive. But it seems that I won't.
What do you mean?
I'm a traitor. And even though Corporal Tahar has quite some first-hand experience with betrayal himself, I doubt he'll show mercy when it's someone else doing it.
By the... No! If you do so much as touch him, I'll kill you. I swear it, Tahar. I'll kill you.
He has broken the Queen's law, and there's no tribunal around to judge him. That means that there's only one option.
Don't you have anything to say in your defense?
Nothing I haven't said already.
You'll get a trial once all of this is over. Until then, you're our prisoner.
Well, this is a surprise.
Are you mad? You're not taking my brother.
Blazes, Shane. He betrayed all of us, even you. We're being merciful here, so don't act like a bloody child.
But...
He's right, brother. Don't push it.
Fine. You have our blades, Lord Hallett Utran. But only until this battle is over.
That's all I asked.
Good. Then let's deal with the Purity Army first. Ulrich, you said they've set up camp in the Northwest.
Yes.
Then let's fight back.
You're back. Tell me, Tahar. Was it really necessary? Giving Myra to that man?
It was for the greater good. She said it herself.
She's not herself. And you know that as well as I do. Let's just hope... Well, it will be fine. It has to. Be that as it may, both House Wolfgar and House Hallett are now on our side. I didn't think that would be possible. This alliance greatly increases our chances against the Purity. Anyway, no point in delaying the inevitable any further. We should discuss the upcoming battle in the span. Are you ready?
I am.
Good. Then let's call your companions. Thank you for coming. I take it you know the purpose of this meeting. Our final battle is up ahead. We will take back Greyfell, kill Lacane, and save, well, Tahar's mother. You all know what's at stake. If we lose this battle, then there's no one left to stop Lacane. So, first of all, thanks to Ulrich Wolfgar and his betrayal, Lacane knows we're coming. Paranor?
Yes, Lacane has gathered his army in the span. That's where the final battle will happen.
The Golden Road.
Yes. As you all know, almost every trade route of Northander leads through there. It's very easy for him to make a stand. The Queen's River draws a clear line between the Greykeep side and where we'll be coming in from.
So, what's your strategy?
I'm afraid there's only one. Brute force. We'll have to crush through his defenses like a warhammer through an armor. That's where House Wolfgar and House Hallett will come in. They will block off the routes where they could send in reinforcements. Without them, this fight would be a lot harder. Once we've defeated their army, we'll advance to Greykeep. Questions?
Yes. How big is their army?
Massive. We already scouted the area. There's Bane, there's Deathmen, there's Templars, and Iron Ones.
In other words, Lacane knows we're a threat and gathered his entire force to stop us. Good. But because that'll be our chance to take out the entire purity with one blow.
As I said, we cut off the snake's head.
Then prepare. Lacane won't show mercy, and neither will we. So I want every blade sharp. This is the only chance we're getting.
Well said, Tahar. Now get prepared. We'll head out at first light.
I had a feeling you'd come.
Why?
Because you just love to talk. But you know what? I appreciate it. I was never that big on sharing my thoughts, let alone my feelings. It just seemed, I don't know, pointless.
And now?
Well, I still prefer deeds over words, but I've realized that sometimes it can help to share. So, speaking of that, there's something I need to get off my chest. Thank you. Without your help, I don't know if I could have done it. Unite the Fire Wielders. But thanks to you, I did. Now, don't get me wrong. I know you mainly did this for our axes. But still, it got me a lot closer to my goal.
Redefine the orc culture.
No, return to it. Restore the great tribe. Live and cherish the struggle, without becoming the savage idiots like Krell turned us into. Anyway, enough of the chatter. Hone your blade, Tahar. We'll need it.
Iskra?
What? Oh, Tahar. Didn't see you coming.
This place still has you in its grips, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. Look, Tahar, I'm sorry for what happened at the forge. You know, with the rune. I didn't know what got into me. I mean, I still believe the rune has the potential to do a lot of good, and I will continue researching, but I shouldn't have, well, risked our cause.
It's okay. I understand.
Glad to hear that. Anyway, I need to get some of these dents out of my armor. I'll be there when you need me.
Please, Myra. You need to talk to me.
To us.
I don't see why.
You need to understand this is necessary. It's for the greater good. You've had the most comfortable life of all of us so far, and now it's time to fulfill your duty to this country, too.
Arana, please, not now.
I'm sorry, Angar. I don't know what you expect me to say. The marriage was my decision, yet you act as if I had been forced.
Yes, I'm sorry. Well then, best you get your armor looked at before we head out.
Yes, brother.
This is just wrong. So wrong.
Still no change in her condition?
No, none. I still can't believe that dwarf considered keeping the rune. That kind of magic should not be allowed to exist. Either way, is there anything that needs discussing before we set out?
So, I guess that's it? The great finale?
So it seems.
Well, I should probably say something meaningful now, right? I can't think of anything. Heck, I don't even know why I'm coming with you. I should have left moons ago.
For what it's worth, I'm glad you didn't.
Easy, Tahar. We don't want to get all sentimental here, do we? Jokes aside, though, I realize this is a cheesy thing to say, but no matter how this ends, I'm glad our paths crossed. All those years on the road, I was free, yeah, but I also didn't have any roots. No home. Now, before you start crying, I'm not saying that this bloody city is what I consider home these days. I'm just saying I don't know, that it feels good to fight for something. And that surprises me. Anyway, enough of the chatter. Tell me when you're ready to head out.
Tahar. You need something?
Not really. I was just wondering if you wanted to talk before we head out. My gut tells me this will be the last battle for a while.
Well, I've had my share of war and violences. I sure hope so. 9 years. Can you imagine? It's been 9 years in which I did nothing but fighting. But killing. You want to know something funny?
What?
When I was a teenager, I always wanted to be an alchemist. You know, back in the days when there were charlatans everywhere. All of them looking for the Philosopher's Stone that could turn lead into gold. The idea of finding something that would change the world forever, it just fascinated me. Obviously, my plans didn't work out. My magical talent was discovered, I was sent to the university, and there I met your father. You know the rest of the story.
I do. But what are you getting at?
Well, I guess what I'm trying to say is that all through my life, I wanted to change something. Be that driving force behind something monumentous. Now, after all that's happened, I don't know. I've begun to wonder if that unguided idealism isn't the reason for a lot of conflict in the world. The War of the Six Races, the Mage Wars, the Purity, it's all the same. We're just too driven, too obsessed with leaving our mark on this world.
You almost sound regretful.
Do I? Well, I don't know. It's not like I don't believe in my ideals anymore. It's just all the fighting, all that death. It makes you think.
Maybe we are driven, but idealism is important. Without it, who knows where the world would be?
Yeah, who knows? Anyway, I'm glad we're on the same side again. Maybe this final battle is a chance to, well, to make amends. Let me know when you're ready to head out, Tahar.
Yes? Is there something you need?
No, nothing. What are your thoughts on the upcoming battle?
If by what are my thoughts you mean my estimation on our chance for victory, I would say they are close to even, with the odds being slightly in favor of the Purity.
No, I meant, how do you feel? That battle, it will be dangerous, and yet you're still around to help us.
Well, it is only logical. The Purity hunts mages, and if we do not stop them, they will take my life too. As for my emotions, I suppose you could describe them as a mixture of worry and anticipation. Also, there is something else that has been troubling me.
What?
The return of Aenir, as the Purity calls it. The opening of the gates. I have done some research, and I'm beginning to believe that all this is not just superstition after all.
Wait, you mean Aenir is really trying to return to this world?
Not Aenir. But I would prefer to not make any premature assumptions. Even if my theory is true, it would not impact our immediate plan of action. Now, I would like to make some preparations, Tahar. I will be ready when you need me.
Of course. Thanks, Undergast.
Yes, Corporal? How can I help?
Would you be willing to tell me more about your friend?
You seem to be quite adamant about this, aren't you? Fine, if you insist. What do you want to know?
How close were you and her exactly?
That's hard to say. We had sex in all those 5 years. She never left my side. So some people might have considered us lovers, but I'm not sure we ever felt that way towards each other. You see, I don't feel emotions the same way other people do. And neither did Mila. The feelings the bards all sing about, I never had them. And I doubt I am capable of feeling them at all. This bond we had it because we were alike. Because she understood me and I understood her. Without saying a word. And I doubt I will ever have that feeling again.
When you say you were alike, what does that mean? That she also hardly felt emotions?
Yes. But whereas for me it had been becoming a dreamweaver that had made me who I am, Mila had simply been born that way. There was no logical reason for her condition. It was just what fate or the gods had given her.
I understand.
Maybe you do.
What was she like?
That's a difficult question to answer. Compared to me, I would describe her as more cheerful, more talkative. She enjoyed the company of other people far more than I did. Of course, that conviviality was mostly a charade. Her interest in other people was genuine, but it was mainly because she wanted to study them. It was almost as if, until the very end, she believed that she could somehow overcome her nature. Of course, it didn't work.
Was she an assassin as well?
She was, yes.
How did she... how did it happen? The blood burn?
Well, I presume you are familiar with how the disease progresses, so there's no need to explain that part. As for when and where, we were with a small caravan near Everlight, on our way back to Greyfell. We had made camp in a small forest when the symptoms first showed. An old man, one of the caravan leaders, started coughing blood. I think everybody saw, but they all acted as if they hadn't. From that point on, it went straight downhill.
Almost 3/4 of the group were infected. And by the next day, a young boy had blood running from his eyes. Do you know what's strange?
What?
Up until that point, I didn't even consider the fact that Mila was infected as well. The thought just didn't ever cross my mind.
How did you find out?
A blister. On the 3rd morning after that night in the forest, she took a bath in a nearby river and I saw it. That was it. I knew what would happen. And so did she. I insisted on riding back to Everlight and looking for a healer. An irrational thing to do, and I knew it. But I figured that a chance was better than none. But she wouldn't have it. I want to tell life when it's over, not the other way around. That's what she had always told me. And that night, it turned out she meant it.
She took her own life.
Yes. When I returned to the camp that night, I found a letter where she told me to meet her at a nearby clearing. I did, and found her laying on the grass, hands crossed behind her head, as if she was watching the moon. There was an empty bottle next to her, and I immediately recognized it. It was the merciful slumber, the most painless of poisons at our disposal. When you drink it, it's almost like falling asleep, very slowly. She was smiling when she faded away. How should I feel? It was her decision, and it was the most rational choice to make. Dying of the blood burn is incredibly painful, and she avoided that pain. Her last memories were ones of peace.
For what it's worth, I'm sorry for your loss.
Thank you.
Shouldn't you be somewhere else?
I just wanted to see how you're holding up. What are your thoughts on the upcoming battle?
I'm not sure what this is supposed to be, Tahar. Emotional goodbyes? I think there's a big, nasty fight ahead of us, and there will be a lot of bloodshed. But we'll win this, I'm sure of that.
How so?
We'll take a look around. From next to nothing, you've put an army together. A messed up patchwork army, alright, but a force to be reckoned with. It's impressive. And to be honest, I didn't think you could do it when we first met.
Why?
I don't know. Just a feeling. Anyway, let's get back to it, shall we? We have a war to win.
As you ride down the Golden Road, you cannot help but notice the irony of the situation. As the juncture of all trading roads of Nortander, the Golden Road used to symbolize the harmony between the people of Fiara, be they elves, dwarves, orcs, or humans. Now the road is soaked in blood, its ditches filled with corpses. We are all equal in death.
All right. Seems that the Purity has already taken full control of the other side of the river, which makes our task quite simple. We need to break through their defenses and take out the camp.
What's the word on the 2 routes? Have Lord Wayland and Lord Hallett set up their defenses already? The last thing we need is Purity shock troops bothering us on this side of the river.
It's all set up.
Good. The only question is, where's Myra? Her army is here, but I haven't seen her around.
You're right. That's strange.
Maybe the Harbinger got to her. The rune
has been destroyed. She'll be all right. We'll find her.
Okay, we'll keep an eye out. Well then, I think we've said all that needed saying. Prepare for a hard fight.
Yes? Who are you? What do you want?
We're here to reclaim Greykeep.
Oh, well, that's, ambitious. We actually fled the keep. Oh, it was horrible. They just... I don't know, they just killed everyone. Didn't even bother to offer them repentance, or however they call it. It was a massacre.
But you got out.
Yes. We even burned that bloody bridge behind us so they couldn't follow. Look, I know this may sound odd, but right now, with the lunatics controlling every sodding road around here, we can't go anywhere. So, since you look as though you might need it, are you interested in doing business? I was an alchemist back in Greyfell, and I might have some things you're interested in.
Really? A whole city is being massacred and all you think about is making profit.
Well, what do you expect me to do? I didn't get the time to take my stash with me, so my pockets are empty, and I need to eat as much as you do. I mean, of course I will make you a special prize, but still, a man has got to eat.
Huh, sure, why not? Show me what you have in stock.
With pleasure.
I think that was all of them.
For now. Blazes, Shar. What? How did you get here?
I followed your trail. It wasn't even that hard, given your aura. It's become a lot stronger since we last met, but I guess you already know that. Listen, I wanted to thank you for what you did on the island. Killing Duel, it would have changed nothing. So, consider this my way of saying thanks.
We can use all the help we can get.
I figured. Sralaxar. Tesh Tahar.
What was that?
I told them to follow your command. I will be at your camp and help the soldiers to fend off any intruders in the meantime. We can talk more once this is over. If you want to, that is.
Fair enough. Thank you, Shar.
No, Tahar. Thank you.
Myra.
No. No. She's dead. Tiara's breath. But wait. A letter. I don't understand this. What's that supposed to mean? A puppet? The void? And what does the marriage have to do with this? My Tiara. She agreed to it.
She did. If there's anyone to blame, it's the Harbinger. Her condition. The rune did that to her.
Did it? Then why on Io did we agree to that marriage? We should have seen that she wasn't in the frame of mind to make such a decision. We should have seen it. Forgive me, Tahar. I'm sorry, I lost it. Still, as disgusting as it feels to say this, the only thing we can do for her now is to keep going. There'll be time for mourning later. Let's just get her body out of these woods. It's the least we can do.
Yeah. I'll send for someone.
We won.
Not until we've taken back Greykeep and dealt with Lacane. Let's go back to the outpost. We need to plan our next step carefully.
Greykeep.
Yes. Angar, you said that we should send in a small troop rather than storm the city with an entire army. Do you still hold that view?
Yes. We can't storm Greyfell with an army that large. They would pin us down like cattle in those alleys. We wouldn't even make it to the foot of the keep. I suggest we take a small division of 50 elite soldiers, among which will be you, your companions, and I, and fight our way up to the keep gate. In the meantime, the rest of our army will clear the city as best they can, and make sure the span remains in our hand.
Good. Then let's waste no more time.
There's one more thing, Tahar. There's been a massive shift in the magical pattern of the city. Something is happening.
You're right. What is this?
I do not know. We will need to find out.
All the more reason to hurry. Let's march. For Northander. For Myra.
Right then. This is it. Lacane is somewhere in that keep.
Then let's end it.
We will. However, he will know by now that we're coming, so we should prepare for resistance. We need to make sure they don't ambush us from behind, which is why the main part of this troop will stay behind and defend the main gate and the bridge. Lord Wolfgar, you're familiar with the secret entrances, aren't you? The escape tunnels?
Correct.
Good. Then block them off. The Purity might use them to get back up into the keep, and that's the last thing we need now. Lord Hallett, I want you to secure the side entrances.
Understood.
Now let's give it all we've got. You know what's at stake.
Tahar, good of you to come by. I thought you had already headed out. Hold still for a moment, will you?
What was that?
Ellen's boon. I guess you could call it an ancient elven blessing. Or just one last trick up my sleeve. Crazy, isn't it? Here we are, fighting on the same side. Whereas just some moons ago, we were battling each other at the gates of Leonon. Anyway, good luck out there, Tahar. May Ellen guide your path.
Ah, Tahar. Nice speech you gave there. Not too theatrical. Nice and simple. I like it.
Thanks. Before that battle in the span, you said that you wanted to see me.
Yeah, I'll make it short. Gore was right to trust you. I had my doubts, not just because you're a pale skin, but you proved me wrong. Here, I think you should have this. It's my axe.
Don't you need it?
I'll get a new one. You're the one fighting the big battle now. I wish I could come with you, but I can appreciate your strategy. And here, Elder Zilrak gave this to me. Drink it before you head into battle.
Huh. Looks interesting.
It looks like liquid warg shit. And believe me, it tastes and smells the same. But it'll help you. Trust me.
Okay, thank you. Will you be alright?
Relax, Tahar. We got this. Now go. I've wasted enough of your time already.
Alright.
Don't.
Huh?
No dramatic goodbyes, please. That just makes it sound as though you're not making it out of there alive, and I know you will.
What makes you think I was here for a dramatic goodbye?
I don't know. I just figured you might. Anyway, it's good of you to come by. Here, I wanted you to have this. And no, it's not an ancient relic or anything. Just my lucky charm. My father gave it to me. It's an old heirloom. I know it's silly, but I'd feel better if you had it.
I didn't know we were that close.
Well, we're not, but only an idiot wouldn't see the burden you've put on yourself to end this. Sure, this son of a whore has your mother, but still, you're doing a good thing here. Now please, just shut up and take the pendant.
Okay. Thanks, Flynn.
Don't mention it. So, I'll leave you to it. We have your back, Tahar. Count on it. Same goes for you, Rowan. Don't die.
I won't.
Yes?
How are you holding up? Do you think you could hold the bridge?
Tahar, I've fought the undead for half my life, every week, every day. We can handle a couple of fanatics. But I appreciate your concern. Wait. What is that? The pendant.
This? It's a lucky charm. Flynn from the Wayfarers gave it to me.
Lucky charm? That's impressive. Because there's a lot of magical power inside that thing. Let me have a look. Indeed. Once all this is over, I want to have a chat with Flynn. I want to know where he got this. For now. Here.
What did you do?
I unlocked its power. Now, I hate to cut this short, but we should waste no more time with chatter. Drive Lacane back to where he came from. Possibly 50 miles deeper. And you too, brother. Don't die.
I won't. Stay safe, Erenor.
TR, give me hope for what's to come. Ellen, let your water cleanse my pain. Nihalf, shield me from the dark ahead. Zerbo, guide me through the misty path. Shana, grant my loved ones with your shelter. Arion, bring justice to the world I leave behind. This is it? Have you come to take me to the gardens?
Huh. He's completely delirious. Does anybody have a potion at hand?
I do. Here.
What is this?
Just drink it.
Blazes, what happened?
I was hoping you could tell me. Where is Lacane?
Lacane? In the Hall of Justice. You're Tahar, right? Yes, you are. I'd recognize that face anywhere.
I am. Tell me what happened. You're Queensguard, so why did the Harbinger attack you? I thought you had a truce.
We did. But then you beat his armies in the span, and he completely lost his mind. Herman, Sarah, they were negotiating with him, trying to get him to surrender. He just killed him like that, with the snap of his finger.
Bloody monster. The Queen's Guard is sacred.
He doesn't care. He doesn't care about anything anymore. All he said was that the All-Father would protect him, come what may, because he was chosen to cleanse the world and open the gate for his return.
What about the Queen? Is she safe?
I don't know. We fled into the tower after he murdered my brethren, and we were trying to keep them out. But then he created that thing.
Thing?
Yes, it's horrible. Tiara's breath. Tahar. If she's dead, if we failed her...
Don't worry. We'll take care of Lacane.
No, you can't. His commanders, they have sealed the entrance to the hall.
What for? He has to know he can't hold out forever.
I think he's planning something. Some ritual. But I don't know. I wasn't there when it happened.
A ritual?
Yes. Don't ask me. Maybe he's trying to make Aenir return. I don't know.
It would explain the strange magical signature around this place. Whatever Lacane is doing, it can be felt in the arcane fabric of this world.
Any idea how we can get through that barrier?
No. But maybe my brethren do. If they're still alive. Tahar, I think I can fight now. I will come with you.
Fight? I don't think so, pal. You're bleeding like a damn pig.
But
Don't throw away your life. Get back to the main gate, and our healers will take care of you.
Fine. But promise me one thing, Tahar. Make it painful for him. Make him suffer.
I just want to end this.
So do I. But that monster deserves no mercy. Tiara's blessings. My prayers are with you.
Well, shit. This is bad.
Alistair, why are you here? Did the Purity spare you?
He's with the Deathman. Don't you see that crest?
Wait. You betrayed Northander. You're with the Harbinger now?
Yes, but look, Tahar. What should I have done? They were killing everyone. I just wanted to live, that's all.
How did you get them to spare you? Did you surrender?
Surrender? No. I was off duty when the Harbinger started his attack, and when I got back to the keep, it was almost over. Then Catris, the Deathman's leader, approached me. He immediately knew who I was, but instead of killing me, he gave me a chance. And I took it, that's all.
Pathetic.
So now you're killing in the name of Aenir?
What? No, of course not. Look, the Bane and the Purity are the ones to blame for this. We, the Deathmen, we're just for the military operations. Come on, you know me, Tahar. The stakes, the pikes, that's messed up. I would never take part in that.
But you didn't try to stop them either.
Me? On my own? Don't be ridiculous. You know what it's like to serve under the wrong banner, Tahar. You more than anyone else. Please, just let me go. I know a secret way out of the keep, and you'll never see me again. Please. I let you go the last time, don't you remember? And you were in the same situation as I. I just wanted to...
Let's see. It resembles the one Amaria Leonida conjured in the eye, doesn't it?
You remember your first encounter with Queen Aelith. After General Noria brought you back from Castle Vastal as a prisoner, she requested to see you. You told her your story, she listened, and granted you amnesty.
Lord Marshal, is that you?
Commander Alessander. Yes, it is. I'm here with Tahar.
The betrayer's child. Well, we heard the rumors about you retaking the span, but I didn't think they were true. Until now. What about that abomination? Are my men still alive?
Why didn't you help? With that force, you might have killed that thing on your own.
Well, considering that you've served Northander for 8 years, you still know very little about our customs, don't you?
The Queen's Guard must never fully leave the Queen's side, no matter what happens. They have to stay here until the very end.
Exactly. Now tell me, what about my soldiers? Lance, Richessa, Ulfram?
They're all dead. I'm sorry.
Damn it. Be that as it may, word has it that you're here to end it. Lacane?
I am. His troops are decimated, and the remainder of them are either imprisoned or fleeing. Do you know if there is a way to get past that barrier? Or another way into the halls of justice that isn't sealed?
There's none. And as for banishing it, I don't know. What I do know, however, is that his commanders play a role in it. The Bane woman, the mercenary, and that masked priest. When he summoned that barrier, he gave them something and told them to keep you away from the hall as long as possible.
But that doesn't make sense. Why would he split up his army and barricade himself in that hall? He has to know we'll come for him eventually.
He does. But apparently he's preparing for something for which he wanted to be alone. A ritual to invoke the return of Aenir.
He's opening the gate.
Apparently. Though something tells me that new unholy magic of his won't bring forth anything divine or good, let alone Aenir the All-Father.
If we somehow dispel that barrier, will you and your men help us fight him?
We can't. For the same reason we couldn't help our brethren fight that abomination. The Queen has to be protected at all times.
Trust me, I know how that sounds. But it is our oath, and we've sworn it on Tiara herself. If anything happened to the Queen, and we weren't there to at least try to fend it off, we would have failed our calling.
How is the Queen's condition?
Unchanged. Her vital signs are steady, but wherever her mind is, it is a place far from this world. A strange thought, isn't it? When she awakes, she will not know any of this ever happened.
Yeah, she won't. I'm still not sure I understand why the Harbinger would want to murder you and the Queen in the first place. He would have lost the support of the common folk.
Oh, Tahar. I think Lakain is far beyond worrying about such things at this point. He's convinced that the Allfather will come and create this new world he's dreaming of. And in that world, there's no place for a queen, least of all one with Hibernian blood in her.
In other words, we need to find these commanders of his and find out how to dispel the barrier.
Yes. If you find anything, please, come back to me first. I want to have a look at it. Again, I wish we could help you in battle, but we cannot leave this place. And, Lord Marshal, please be careful. We cannot afford losing you.
You won't.
All right, let's see if we can find anything. If Lakain's commander split up, one of them might be here.
Yeah, we... Do you smell that? Decay.
I'm not surprised. These cells have probably seen more prisoners in the past weeks than during my whole time in the keep.
Tahar.
Stand back. Who are you?
Not with the Purity. I'm Private Amory Rolfe, a scout of House Wolfgar. We did as you asked and secured all the secret entrances that there were. And we also caught some Bane scum who were trying to flee and were able to extract some information from them. It's about their leader, Lilith, whatever her real name is.
What did you find out?
2 things. First of all, she's down here. Secondly, she has an extreme fear of fire. Apparently something happened to her during her childhood. Maybe you'll be able to use this against her.
Understood. Thank you, Private.
No, it's me who should be thanking you. Tiara's blessings, Tahar. Stay safe.
Fighting going on, I swear it. We either go now or we don't go at all.
It's too risky. You know what Lilith will do if she catches us?
Aye, I do. But what choice do we have? Either Tahar kills us or she does. Oh, shit. Please don't kill us.
You're with the Bane. Give me one reason why I shouldn't.
Because we didn't want any of this. Please, you need to understand. We didn't know how messed up these people really are. We've been wanting to flee for weeks, but there was just never a chance.
You're telling me you didn't know what the Bane was about?
We thought we did. Justice, equality, brotherhood, and that's what it was, at least at first. And then they started plundering, burning villages, even people.
The Bane is a band of fanatics. You should have seen that from the start.
It wasn't that obvious. Look, we come from a small town, and that sodding mage war, it left our lives in ruins. Then Lilith came and she... I don't know. Whenever she spoke, I just felt heard, understood. She promised that Lakain would make the world equal again, and that we, as the Bane, would be the Purity's sword. But that, the torture, the experiments, the burnings, that's not about equality. There's nothing divine in it. Please, just... all we want is a second chance.
What about the prisoners? The mages you put inside those walking armors? They didn't get a second chance.
But we didn't have anything to do with that. Yes, we killed. We had to, but always in battle. Never like that.
Fine. Then go.
What, you mean it? Aeonir's light, thank you. Come, John.
So you came. Fine. I'm ready.
Where's Lakain?
Preparing the return.
So you still think you've acted according to Aeonir's will?
I don't think, Tahar. I know. But we've had that conversation. And I know people like you will never understand.
Well, it's over. Your soldiers are dead, and the Purity's army has been reduced to ashes.
Yes, I know this. But, again, I'm not afraid to die. I'll do so knowing that I've given my life for something greater. Now show me the full extent of your powers, Tahar. Because I'll take as many of you with me as I can.
All right. Let's see if she also has one of these trinkets on her. A ring. Right then.
Let's see if the barrier reacts to this thing. Huh. Interesting. I think it just got weaker.
So, these trinkets allow the wearer to pass.
Seems like it. Let's go back to Commander Elisande. She'll want to know about this.
Tahar, please, tell me you have good news.
I do. The commanders have trinkets that react to the barrier. It seems like wearing all of them allows you to pass.
A magical gate, so to speak. It makes sense. In other words, you need to find all of the trinkets in order to disable the barrier.
Then I should probably look for the rest of these.
Yes, as I said, it's our best bet. We need to open that door and we need to do it fast.
Deathmen. Seems that this is where they're making their last stand.
Yeah, but I still don't get it. Why would Lakain split up his army like that?
To buy him time?
Now, who would have thought? The fabled Tahar comes for a final duel. You were right, pal. Seems that I didn't pick the winning side after all.
It's not too late.
Says the one who butchered half of my men on his way here. Why make an exception for me, Tahar? No, it's too late. Everybody knows the Deathmen sided with the Purity, and even if you let me run, your allies won't have it.
Correct. You're a traitor, and you'll be treated as such.
That's what I just said, wasn't it? But you know, I don't blame you. I know I'm not a good person. I'm a piece of shit, just like everybody who does what I do. God damn it, Deathmen! As if the name doesn't say what we're all about. I've killed and plundered for almost 30 years now, so it's about time I finally kicked the bucket. And also, there are worse ways of going out than 3 mugs of ale followed by a good fight, don't you think? It was great knowing you, Tahar. Now let's dance.
Hold on. Before we do this, tell me about this ritual Lakain is planning. Is he really opening the gate for Aenir?
Aenir? Esmeralda, the tit-jiggling goddess? A flying unicorn? I have no idea what he's doing in these halls, and I honestly don't give a shit. Whatever that ritual brings forth, I won't live to see it. All I know is that splitting up his troops after you conquered the span was among the most stupid things you could have done. When your enemy forces you into a corner, the only way of surviving is to stay together. But then again, I doubt the Purity, the Bane and Deathmen together could have fought back your army because, I have to give you this, your commanders fucking know what they're doing. Anyway, I'm getting bored of the chatter. Let my axe have some last swings before I bite the dust, will you? I don't want to die talking.
All right. Do your best.
Trust me. I will.
Now if it isn't the Pariah and Lord Angar. Almost like a family reunion, isn't it?
This is impossible.
Sentenza.
Whatever you see, it isn't real, Tahar. That person is dead.
Maybe I'm dead, yes. But what difference does it make? I said that I'd hunt you down, Tahar, didn't I? You betrayed me. Just as you betrayed your father. And yes, you killed me. But what difference does it make? We cannot simply slaughter the demons that haunt us. They're a part of us, and they always will be. Wherever you go, death, betrayal, and suffering will follow. That's the simple truth. But enough of the talking. Time to meet some old friends.
Is it over?
It is.
I don't get it. That was my father. And Sentenza.
Huh. I saw my mother. If I had to make a guess, I'd say that man was a dream weaver. He read your mind and confronted you with something that he knew would disturb you.
I see. Anyway, let's see if he has one of the trinkets.
Tahar, please, tell me you have good news.
I found all of the trinkets. 2 rings and 1 amulet. Here, take a look.
Show me. Yes, these look right. Good. Then it's time to test out our theory and see if they can really dispel the barrier.
First, we call for reinforcements. We've secured the keep, so there's no reason for us to face Lakain alone anymore. We still don't know the full extent of his powers, not to mention this ritual he's preparing in the halls.
You're right. Then let's send word to the commanders and get a unit up here.
A wise decision. Good luck, Tahar, for whatever you will face in there. We will stay and protect the Queen, but our prayers will be with you.
All right, all is set. No matter what Lakain is preparing in these halls, we will deal with it. Do you have the trinkets on you, Tahar?
I do.
And my mother. Soldiers, get ready. Lacane is hiding behind these doors, and once we dispel the barrier, I want you to charge in. We still don't know anything about that ritual he's preparing, but it might be dangerous, so be on your guard. But whatever happens, there's one thing I know. Lacane will be put to justice. Many of us have given their lives for this fight, and all of us have bled for it. It was a war that no one wanted. And this is where it ends.
The keep is strangely silent as you ascend the Grey Tower. The last time you walked these stairs, you were accused of murder. Now you're told that the fate of Northander rests on your shoulders. A leaden weariness overcomes you as your mind wrestles with the events of the past moons. A familiar feeling. You do what you did the countless times it has happened before. You shake off the thought. For now, all you can do is act.
Shit, what was that?
A trap. Not a trap. The last chance to do the right thing. It's not too late.
So you planned this?
The barrier? The Harbinger did, yes. He knew you wouldn't take any risks and come here with an army, but he wanted you alone. The barrier won't vanish until the Harbinger wills it. We're on our own, at least for a while.
Where is he? Lacane.
Waiting for you. He thinks you won't listen to reason, but I still haven't given up. All this, it didn't have to happen this way.
You make it sound as if it wasn't the Purity who started this war.
I understand that's how it must seem to you. And believe me, some of the things we've had to do, I'm not proud of them, and I wish they hadn't been necessary, but they were. You see, Tahar, these people, they just wouldn't understand, and they still won't. They refuse to repent. They refuse to accept Aeonir's love, just like a child that refuses the embrace of her mother. And by doing this, they deny this world a better fate. We cannot just stand by and watch, Tahar. It's our responsibility not to.
Well, the mother doesn't kill the child when it refuses to hug her, does she?
I'm speaking in metaphors, Tahar. Refusing affection from a person is one thing. Denying a god? The god? Another.
What about the mages? You didn't even give them a chance.
I know, and again, I wish these drastic measures hadn't been necessary. But we've had this conversation before, Tahar, back in Everlight. You didn't try to understand me back then, and you won't now. Let me ask you one question, Tahar. Do you consider this world a good place?
It is how it is. We just have to deal with it.
Well, what if we didn't? What if there were another way? What if there could be peace, prosperity, a world without poverty or hunger, just as Aeonir intended it before we let sin corrupt ourselves? And yes, I know you don't believe because you haven't seen the light. But please, just for one moment, do it. Imagine that you knew for a fact that paradise was within our reach. Wouldn't this be worth these few lives we had to sacrifice? I would have given mine gladly if I had been gifted, as you call it. And there were many who were that did.
But it isn't a certainty. That's the whole point. You're basing all of this on religion and visions you had. On a fantasy.
But it isn't! Blazes, Tahar, you know me, I'm not crazy. I saw the light. I saw what Aeonir could bring us. And if there was ever one thing I was certain of in my life, then it's this. This is real. But I guess that means the Harbinger was right. Will you even hear out our offer?
What offer?
Well, as I said, there's a reason you're here. When the Harbinger realized we had lost the span, he knew that we couldn't wait any longer.
The ritual.
Yes. He is preparing the return.
But doesn't the Purity believe that the world needs to be free of sin and defilers before Aeonir can return?
That's how it should have been. But you left us with no choice. The Harbinger is opening the gate as we speak. That is, he is preparing it. Because as it turns out, your role in all this isn't over yet. He needs you.
Me? What for?
Well,
The amulet. Even though it allows him to control the Archfire, it seems that there's still something preventing him from accessing its full power, which he needs to do in order to open the gate for the All-Father. And it seems that this something is you. Your link to your mother, the Shaper, as long as it exists, the Harbinger can't open the gate by himself.
Isn't that ironic?
It's not that simple. He needs you, yes, but it doesn't matter if you're dead or alive. This is why I'm here. He said it's pointless, that you won't understand, and that all you want is to spill blood, but I still have faith in you. Please, Tahar, help the Harbinger open the gate. He promised not to harm you, and it will be the end to all persecution. No more stakes, no more executions. Once Aeonir is here, this world will be peaceful once again.
Oh, no more executions. Isn't that great? I can't believe you're seriously asking this.
You know, Bertrand, there's one thing I'm still wondering about. I'm a mage too, yet you always stuck up for me. Why? Can't you see the bigotry in that?
It's different. Aeonir needed you, just as the Harbinger said. He needs you to find the Shaper.
After which he tried to kill me.
What do you want me to say, Tahar? Yes, maybe I treated you differently because I knew you weren't like them. You are a good person. Not like your father. Not like all those mages who abuse Aeonir's gift for their own needs.
I wasn't the only good mage out there. There were bad mages and there were good mages. But you, the purity, didn't make a distinction. You killed them all. Even if you were saying the truth, how do I know that Cain isn't lying?
What reason is there to lie? Once the gate is open, this world will be changed forever.
I'm sorry, Bertrand. Cain needs to be put to justice. But maybe it's not yet too late for you.
In that case, it is. I just wish you could see the world that I see, Tahar. I truly do. And I'm sorry.
What the? Bertrand! No! Such a pointless death.
He's made his choice. There was nothing we could have said to convince him.
My child, is that you?
What was that?
What do you mean?
My mother. I think she's talking to me.
He can't hear me. I'm in your thoughts, and I can hear yours. You need to stop him, child. He wants to use the essence to open the gate.
So the return is real? He has the power to bring Aeonir back into this world?
No, that is, yes, through the essence, the Archfire, he has the power to bring something back into this world. But it is not the deity they pray to. This man, all of them, this thing, this creature, is using them. It has been from the start.
What thing?
I don't know. But when he tried to open the gate by himself, I felt his presence. It is horrible, unspeakable. Whatever it wants in this world, it is not what those people believe.
Does Cain know about this?
No, he does not. Everything he said, he believes. He believes that it's this All-Father, the creator of Io, who has sent him these visions.
How can I save you? How can I get you out of there?
I don't know if you can. As long as the amulet, and thus I, am connected to this man, there is no way to return my spirit. And even if I did, where to? My shell is crushed, buried under the rubble of your father's prison.
It's not. Your body is still intact.
It is. Then maybe there is still hope. But either way, first, this man needs to perish.
Is it really true that he needs me to complete the ritual?
Yes, as long as you exist, he cannot open the portal without you. That is why he wants to kill you. Whenever he claims otherwise, it's a lie.
I understand. Just don't give up. I will get you out of there. Come. Time to end this.
So I was right after all. I knew it was pointless, but Bertrand insisted. He was always too idealistic.
Nonsense! He died because you indoctrinated him.
If I had that power, there wouldn't have been the need for so many executions, would there? No, Tahar. You're wrong. Bertrand Carpel saw the light on his own, just as I did 7 years ago. All I did was extend my hand and offer guidance.
I hate to say it, but he's right, Tahar. Your friend Bertrand, he was looking for something to fill a void within him, and the purity provided.
Do you really think you can win? You're outnumbered.
We shall see about that.
You're making a big mistake, Lacane. It's not Aenir you're bringing back, it's something else.
And here I thought you considered the purity's faith a fantasy.
Look, my mother is still in this amulet. She just told me. Whatever entity it is that sent you these visions, it's not Aenir.
Forgive me, Tahar, but if you want to convince me, you will need to come up with a better tale than this.
Seems that this is the only way. Then don't hold back, Lacane, because I won't.
So be it. No.
Is it over?
Tahar!
Angar?
What? The barrier vanished. What happened? Is he...
He's dead. You ended it, Tahar. We did it.
Are you sure? Is he really dead?
Yes, Tahar. He is. The war is over.
But that power, it was immense.
Yes. That was the Archfire. Something tells me he merely had control over a fraction of its power.
What about your mother? Is she still in there? I mean, is she still in that amulet?
I don't know. Andra? Mother, are you still there?
Yes, I am. It's over, child. He is dead.
Tahar? Is everything all right?
It's my mother. I am talking to her.
Telepathy. Of course. You're a shaper.
So her spirit is still trapped, isn't it? Can we...
Angar!
No!
What the? What's happening? What is this?
The creature, that thing, is opening the gate. By the pace of time, you need to stop it.
Tiara's breath. What is this thing?
Kill it! No! No!
What the? It regenerated!
Don't back down!
Again?
We need to...
No!
Mother?
It's pointless. It is connected to the Archfire, and you can't kill it as long as it controls the source.
Tahar, what are your orders? It's almost done recovering.
The amulet. You need to destroy the amulet.
But...
I will use my powers to stagger it once it has regenerated. Then you need to trap it and destroy the amulet. Do it.
Tahar!
Trap it!
What?
As long as it has the amulet, we can't kill it! Trap it somehow! All of you, together! Now!
Understood. All together! Now! We can't hold this for long. Do what you need to do, Tahar, and do it now.
Do it.
If I destroy it, what will happen to you?
You know that already, don't you? Quick now, child. I can't keep this up much longer.
I'm sorry.
You do what you have to.
She's gone.
Three weeks have passed. Shortly after you stopped Lacane and the entity that took control of him, the Queen awoke. The remnants of the Purity were tracked down and hanged. But no amount of killing could heal the wounds this war has left on Northander. Also, one question remains. What will become of the mages? The Queen believes she has found a solution. The Circle. It is a council of sorcerers from all races and empires, whose purpose is to control the use of magic and to give a face to it, in place of those who are too afraid to show their own.
Nice view, isn't it?
Yeah. Quiet. Something you need?
Why? Do I need a reason to talk to you?
You don't. But you know that already, don't you?
I guess I do. But yeah, there's a reason I'm here. The Queen wanted to see you. That is, all of us. The healers almost rioted, but she insisted.
Already? She's only been awake for a week.
Yeah, but you know, Hibernian blood, royal attitude. She's not someone to lie around while someone else picks up the pieces of her shattered empire. Strange enough that she woke up so shortly after Lacane died. Almost symbolic.
What do you think she wants? Is it about this mage council she wants to form? The Circle?
I guess so. She's made it clear that she wants us to be a part of it. Kind of crazy, isn't it? 4 months ago, I was here as a prisoner. Now they want me as the head of some council.
You sound a bit nostalgic. Do you miss the road?
You know me too well, Tahar. Yeah, I miss it sometimes. But then again, mages need protection. We simply can't let history repeat itself. And if I can contribute to that, I'd have to be one heck of a coward to run for it now. The Circle. It sounds funny. Kind of dramatic. Speaking of it, have you heard anything about Iskrim yet?
No. To be honest, I'm a bit worried. His knowledge about the rune, that mind control thing, it's dangerous.
Anyway, this shouldn't be the time for gloomy talk. We won, Tahar. The price was high, but we did.
I know, but there's still...
I know. The God of Light, the runes, the troubles in Windwall. But all that can wait. Now come on. The Queen expects to see us in an hour, so there's still enough time.
Time for what?
A bottle of Windwall brandy, vintage 468. The others are already waiting in the courtyard. And no, don't give me that look. We've earned ourselves some rest, Tahar. Trust me, we have.